Pokemon Legends ZA. An announcement I don't think anyone knew was coming besides the one guy who predicted it if you watched his video. And honestly, I think everyone thought Gen 5 or 2 was coming. But I'm not disappointed, and since I enjoy Pokemon a lot, I wanted to give my speculation and thoughts. First, I just want to look at the map of Pokemon X and Y Lumiose and the Pokemon ZA Lumiose. Also, this video isn't going to be that long. I just wanted to give my initial thoughts and speculation. Maybe further down the line, I'll go more in depth with stuff for my thoughts and my thought processes. But if you look at the two maps side by side, you can clearly see like a huge difference. And the ZA Lumiose looks more fleshed out and developed. Extremely fleshed out and developed. Whereas in the XY map, there's, a lot of emptiness, and even the main avenues exhibit that. And if you've played through the game itself, 10 years ago, it literally just feels kind of empty. I wouldn't say lifeless, but there's a lot that can be improved upon. And another thing we can kind of notice is that we don't have the north or south boulevard, um, or whether or not they're there and they've been turned into super small roads, um, which kind of leads me to believe that maybe, just maybe, this game takes place in the future, and the redevelopment plan for Lumiose is going to be the gameplay for the main player, obviously, where we do tasks to upgrade areas of the city. Not only that, but if we look at the whole entire trailer, specifically how the blueprint itself is visualized, it's visualized in an AR-esque style and manner, and you kind of get that feeling. But the only caveat with that is the title Legends, um, which sort of assumes that the game itself is going to take place in the past. So it'll be curious to see how they manage to, keep a mainline Pokemon game contained within a city. Um, but even to add on to that, I guess the word legends itself doesn't need to be past or future. Um, you know, just legend, and the fact that we have Terrapagos involved now, kind of assumes that we have that ability to go to the past, future, or present. And honestly, in a Pokemon game, I don't think we've ever looked at the future. Um, so it's possibly a route they would take, but as much as I would hope, I have my doubts that they'll do that. Second, I want to talk about the starter choices, and for me, I initially had two thoughts. So the first was that Snivy, Piplup, and Scorbunny were going to be the next starters because of, you know, these images floating around, which came from the DLC, and they were partnered with the Pokemon Legends Arceus starters. Arceus, however you guys want to pronounce it. And those screenshots being in between the main story of Scarlet and Violet, coming in the DLC, and with AZ coming as what we can assume to be the next game. Who knows? Maybe they'll announce something later on in the year, um, like another DLC or something. Who knows? That it could possibly be a hint that those three will be the ones. Also, I do want to point out that since Oshawott already got a Hisuian form, it is possible that they are trying to flesh out three Legends games so that by the time we have a Black and White remake, all three Gen 5 starters have gotten a regional form, which I think would be really cool. I do think the original Gen 6 starters will still be there, being able to be obtainable in the wild, just like how Turtok, Piplup, and Chimchar were in Legends Arceus. But there's a chance that they could also be starters again with the return of Megas. Um, there's a possibility that maybe they're the starters. And if this game does take place in the future, the fact that they didn't have Megas in the original games would kind of make sense. Oh my god, like we just found Mega Greninjite or whatever, and this time they're your starters, but this time they can Mega Evolve. Um, Regarding legendaries, I think it's obvious Zygarde will be the main focus. I mean, if no one got that, then I don't know what to say. And we might see Xerneas and Yveltal, but I couldn't even begin to guess how they would play out in the storyline unless the weapon of mass destruction from the Pokemon War and an X and Y utilized both of them, since X and Y are both, I guess, their own universe where one has Yveltal, one has Xerneas. Um, and if that was shown in the game itself, that's probably one of the only reasons I could see Xerneas and Yveltal being in the game, unless there's just some random side quest or something. Um, Also, Gen 6 itself has an odd lack of legendaries and mythicals. 5 in total. We got Hoopa, Volcanion, and then Xerneas, Yveltal, and Zygarde. And we don't really get much story about the other three outside of Xerneas and Yveltal. Which brings me to my next point, that the A in ZA strictly resembles the ultimate weapon, even the pattern itself on it. I do believe that we will be receiving more legendaries in this game. They did that with Legends Arceus, with the new, I guess, a Genie Quartet legendary. Um, and whether the A itself represents a new legendary, which would mean that the ultimate weapon itself is a Pokemon too, is a possibility. And I do think there's cause to believe it. And I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I think a lot of people were pointing this out back when Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were out. But Celesteela looks a lot like the Ultimate Weapon, which could have been a hint in itself that another Pokemon, not Celesteela, is the A, in fact. Um, and honestly, I hope that is the point, though it kind of leads the question as to where, yeah, actually, I kind of wonder, like, where did the ultimate weapon even go after X and Y? Um, and like how this whole thing was engineered, like it had to be based off of something. That's all I got for right now. But let me know your guys' thoughts, speculations, and whatever else in the comments below. It's always fun to read it and reply to you guys. I like hearing your guys' theories and stuff, or what you guys think about, the new Pokemon game. And I appreciate it. And if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.